What if I told you the secret to a stress-free retirement isn't about how much money you have, it's about how you organize it. Today, I'm going to show you a simple system used by financial planners for decades that can turn retirement anxiety into retirement confidence. It's called the 4-bucket strategy, and by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how to use it. Hello, my friend. If this is your first time here, welcome. I spend my time talking with retirees and pre-retirees just like you, people who've worked hard their whole lives and now want their money to finally work for them. Here's something I've noticed over the years. Most retirement stress doesn't come from having too little money. It comes from not knowing where your money should be or when you'll need it. That confusion creates fear, and fear leads to bad decisions. Selling investments at the wrong time, keeping too much cash sitting idle, or worrying so much you can't enjoy the life you've built. So, today, I want to walk you through a simple, calming way to organize your retirement money. It's called the 4-bucket approach, and once you understand it, you'll never look at your finances the same way again. Let's get into it. Imagine your retirement savings aren't just one big pile of money. Instead, picture 4 separate buckets sitting side by side, each one with a different job to do. Bucket 1 is for immediate spending, the money you need right now, this month, this year. Bucket 2 is for near-term income, money that will support you over the next several years. Bucket 3 is for long-term growth, money that has time to grow before you'll need it. And Bucket 4 is for legacy and protection, money set aside for your family or for life's bigger unexpected moments. Each bucket has a different purpose, a different timeline, and a different level of risk. And once you understand each one, you'll know exactly where your money belongs, and you'll stop worrying about the wrong things at the wrong time. Let's go through each bucket one at a time. This first bucket is your safety and comfort bucket. It covers your day-to-day life, groceries, utilities, your morning coffee, gas for the car. Think of this as the money you'll use in the next 12 months, maybe up to 2 years. Here's why this bucket matters so much. This money should never be exposed to market ups and downs. Imagine Helen, a retired librarian I spoke with a few years back. Early in her retirement, she kept her spending money in the stock market because she wanted it to grow a little more. Then the market dropped 15% right when she needed to pay for a home repair. She had to sell at a loss at exactly the wrong moment. That's the danger with Bucket 1. This money needs to be safe, stable, and easy to access. Things like a checking account, a savings account, or a short-term, low-risk account. It won't grow much, and that's okay. Its job isn't to grow. Its job is to be there, reliably, when you need it. A simple way to think about it: this bucket is your peace of mind fund. When you know your next year or two of living expenses are safe and untouched by market swings, you sleep better. You stop checking the news anxiously every time the market has a rough day. That peace is worth more than a little extra growth. Now let's move to Bucket 2, your near-term income bucket. This one covers roughly years 3 through 7 of your retirement. Think of it as the bridge between your safe cash today and your longer-term investments that need time to grow. This bucket often includes things like short and medium-term bonds or other relatively stable income-producing investments. It won't be as safe as bucket 1, but it also won't be as exposed to big market swings as your longer-term investments. Here's an example. Think of Walter, a retired postal worker. He set up his near-term bucket to automatically refill his spending bucket every year, almost like a stream feeding into a pond. As bucket 1 got used up, bucket 2 quietly refilled it. So he never had to sell his long-term investments during a downturn just to pay his monthly bills. This is really the heart of the whole strategy. Bucket 2 acts like a bridge or a refill system. Instead of pulling money directly from investments that are trying to grow, you give those investments time and breathing room, because bucket 2 is handling the near-term needs instead. I want you to picture it like a water system on a farm. Bucket 1 is the water trough right next to the barn, always full, always ready. Bucket 2 is a nearby well, refilling that trough regularly. And bucket 3, which we'll talk about next, is like a reservoir further away, still growing, still filling up, waiting patiently for its turn to be used. This system removes so much emotional pressure. When the market has a rough month, you don't panic, because you know your spending money isn't sitting in that market. It's safely tucked in bucket 1, with bucket 2 quietly refilling it behind the scenes. Now let's talk about bucket 3, your long-term growth bucket. This is money you likely won't touch for 7, 10, even 15 years or more. Because of that longer timeline, this bucket can afford to take on more growth-oriented investments, since it has time to recover from any short-term ups and downs. Here's the important mindset shift with this bucket. Since you won't need this money for many years, daily or even yearly market movements shouldn't worry you much at all. Think of it like planting a tree. You don't dig it up every week to check on the roots. You plant it, you water it occasionally, and you let time do the work. I think of Dorothy, a retired nurse who once called me in a slight panic because the market had dropped sharply that week. But when we looked at her plan together, none of that dropped money was money she needed for another decade. Bucket 1 and 2 were completely stable and untouched. Her long-term bucket had time on its side. Once she saw that clearly, her panic turned into patience. This is really the emotional power of the bucket system. It's not just about organizing money. It's about organizing your peace of mind. When you know exactly which money is for right now, which is for the near future, and which has years to grow, market news stops feeling scary. You stop making emotional decisions based on short-term noise because you understand your own timeline. Over the years, this bucket is often what allows your overall retirement savings to keep pace with rising costs and even grow without you having to take unnecessary risks with the money you need soon. It's the quiet engine working in the background while buckets 1 and 2 handle your daily life. Now let's talk about the 4th bucket, one that often gets overlooked, but matters just as much as the others. This is your legacy and protection bucket. This bucket serves two purposes. First, it's there to protect you and your family from life's bigger, less predictable moments. Things like a major health event, a long-term care need, or an unexpected large expense. Second, it's there for the legacy you want to leave behind, whether that's for children, grandchildren, or causes close to your heart. Let me tell you about Frank, a retired mechanic I once spoke with. Frank had built a solid retirement. Buckets 1, 2, and 3 were all in good shape. But he hadn't thought much about bucket 4. When a health issue required extended care, his family had to scramble. Pulling money from buckets meant for other purposes, which disrupted his entire plan. The fix is simple, but it takes intention. This bucket might include things like an emergency reserve set well aside from your everyday accounts, appropriate insurance coverage, and updated estate documents, your will, your beneficiaries, your power of attorney. None of this is exciting to think about, but it's what protects everything else you've built. I like to think of this bucket as the roof over the whole house. Buckets 1, 2, and 3 are like the rooms inside, each one serving a purpose in your daily life. But bucket 4 is the roof, quietly protecting all of it from the storms that life sometimes brings. You don't think about the roof much on a sunny day, but you're deeply grateful for it when the weather turns. Now here's where this all comes together. And I want you to really picture this, because it's the part that brings people the most peace. Imagine your retirement income, not as one nervous decision every single day, but as a calm, flowing system. Bucket 1 covers your life right now, safely and reliably. Bucket 2 quietly refills Bucket 1 year after year, acting as your bridge. Bucket 3 grows steadily in the background, patient and unaffected by daily market noise, because it knows its time hasn't come yet. And Bucket 4 stands guard over the whole system, protecting your family and your legacy from life's bigger surprises. When you look at your finances this way, something shifts. You stop seeing your retirement savings as one big number you're afraid to touch. Instead, you see it as a well-organized system, with each part doing exactly the job it's meant to do. This is why I love this approach so much. It's not really about complicated investment strategies. It's about clarity. It's about knowing where your money lives and why it lives there. And when you have that clarity, the fear fades and confidence takes its place. Now, I want to be honest with you about something. Setting this up isn't always simple on your own, and everyone's situation is a little different. Your health, your family, your goals. This video is meant to give you the framework, the way of thinking. But I'd always encourage you to sit down with a trusted financial advisor, someone who knows your full picture, to help set up these buckets in a way that fits your specific life. So let's bring it all together. Bucket 1, your immediate spending, safe and steady. Bucket 2, your near-term bridge, refilling bucket 1 year after year. Bucket 3, your long-term growth, patient and unaffected by daily noise. And Bucket 4, your protection and legacy, quietly guarding everything you've built. You've spent decades working hard, saving carefully, and building a life you're proud of. You deserve a retirement that feels calm, organized, and secure, not one filled with daily worry over market headlines. If this video helped bring you a little more clarity today, please consider subscribing. I share videos like this every week, all designed to help you feel more confident, more informed, and more at peace with your retirement journey. And if you know someone approaching retirement, or already retired and feeling a bit overwhelmed, share this video with them. Sometimes all it takes is one clear idea to turn confusion into confidence. Take care of yourself and take care of your money. It's been taking care of you for a long time. And with a little organization, it'll keep doing exactly that.